guys, happy Thursday. Workout today is Cindu, little play off our benchmark workout, Cindy. So it's a 20-minute AMRAP. We've got either 5 strict pull-ups, or if we don't have a pull-up bar, we can sub that with bent over rows. We're gonna show you 2 variations, one in which we use a single dumbbell with 2 arms, the other where we separate and we do single arm dumbbell rows. From there, we're going into 15 single dumbbell box step-ups or weighted reverse lunges. So if we can find a step, if we can find a bench, a chair, something in our house, we're gonna use that. But if we don't, the alternative is doing that weighted reverse lunge, and we'll demo those for you as well. From there, 15 push-ups, and then we're finishing with 15 squat jumps. So as we go into this workout, what we wanna think is, rather than moving for 20 minutes, try to set a goal for yourself, maybe 12, 13, 14, 15 rounds, right? And so when we attack this thing, what we wanna do is break up these movements into manageable sets so that we can continue moving for that full 20 minutes. These first 3 movements, probably our strength of that movement is gonna go first, but when we get to those squat jumps, we want that movement to be dynamic. That's the part that's gonna get your heart rate up, right? So we wanna break up these 3 movements, and then we just wanna move fast through those squat jumps. Go get 'em, guys. All right, guys, quick warm up for Cindu today. We're gonna do 2 to 3 rounds of the following. Andrew's gonna demo first our 5 inchworms. So he's gonna walk those hands out, keeping those legs nice and straight. At the bottom, he's gonna drop those hips, get a good stretch, and then keeping those legs straight, he's gonna walk those hands back in. We're gonna do 5 of those before moving on to 5 push-ups into downward dog. So again, we're gonna get into that push-up position. Good push-up all the way down to the bottom, and then we're gonna push back, pushing that head and chest through those arms, driving those heels to the ground, getting a good stretch in those calves. From there, we're gonna do 5 air squats. So we're gonna push those hips back. We're gonna take a 3-second pause at the bottom of each of these air squats before standing. As we're standing, we want to drive up through the middle of that foot, chest up nice and tall. Next, we're going to add in 6 reverse lunges. So we want to take a big step back so that that front shin is nice and vertical. That back knee kisses the ground, and we're standing up by pushing off that back toe and up through that front heel. Last but not least, Andrew's going to lay on the ground. We're going to get in a hollow body hold. We're gonna hold this for about 30 seconds. So what we really wanna see is that the small of our back is in contact with the ground, legs and arms are elevated. If this position is challenging, we can always bring one knee in. But what we really wanna be doing is bracing with our bellies, squeezing our quads, squeezing our glutes, holding that for 30 seconds. Once you've gone through the whole thing, try it again, 2nd, 3rd time till you feel nice and loose and warm. Hey guys, first movement today in Cindu are gonna be those 5 strict pull-ups. Regardless of which variation we're gonna do, we're gonna try and isolate and use those lats. So Andrew's gonna jump up onto that pull-up bar. He's gonna engage those lats, so he's in an active hang. He's gonna squeeze his belly like he does in the hollow body hold that we did in the warm-up, and he's gonna try to make sure those legs are nice and long, squeezing those quads, squeezing those glutes, and having those toes stay in front of him. So we wanna really keep that nice, tight, hollow body hold throughout the entire pull-up. Now, if you have a pull-up bar at home, but you don't have pull-ups, we can assist these by using a chair and just really using our legs as little as possible to do that same pull, activating with those lats. Now, for those of you who don't have a pull-up bar at home, what we're gonna go ahead and do is use that dumbbell. So Andrew's gonna show you the 2-handed version first. So he's gonna send his hips back. Back is gonna be relatively parallel to the ground. He's got his hands on either side of that dumbbell, and he's again pulling with the back, squeezing those lats, keeping those elbows in nice and tight. And if you have a heavier dumbbell, this is gonna probably be your preferred option. If you have a lighter dumbbell, or you want just a simply more challenging variation of the same movement, we can do these as single arm bent over rows as well. So in these, he's gonna have that same leg as that dumbbell, just ever so slightly back. But again, hips are back, back is nice and flat. He's keeping that elbow nice and close to the body. As he turns to the side, you can see that he's still engaging with those lats. He's not pulling with that bicep, and he's using those back muscles. Looking for quality here in these 5 reps. 15 if we're doing bent over rows, and 8 on each side if we are doing these as single arm rows. For our 15 single dumbbell box step-ups, we can hold that dumbbell or weighted object any way we like. What we want to see though is that that foot is fully coming onto that box, that we can step up with a really nice base. As we're stepping up, we want to make sure that we are really driving with that front leg, and we're avoiding choosing a weight that's either too heavy or a box that's too high, that's forcing us to use those two legs in order to be able to stand up on top of that box. Now, if we don't have a dumbbell, we can use any weighted object. Again, you can hold it in the front as long as we are stepping up, opening up those hips at the top. If you don't have a box, you can use a chair, a bench, a set of stairs, whatever you like. If you don't have access to any of those options though, we can also modify this with a weighted reverse lunge. So again, any object, dumbbell, wall ball, other weighted object, we're gonna use the reverse lunge. So Andrew's stepping all the way back, front shin stays nice and vertical, back knee kisses the ground, and again, he's driving up through that front leg to achieve that same stimulus. We've got a good number of push-ups today with 15 in each set, so we're gonna wanna make sure that we break these up so that we can continue to keep good quality. As Andrew gets into the plank position, he's gonna make sure that he's bracing with his core. He goes down to the ground, keeping his hips and shoulders in line, elbows at a 45-degree angle, and that he's pushing up again, locking out those elbows and staying really nice and tight and braced throughout the movement. Now, if you already have a chair or a bench out for your step-ups, a good modification for these would be simply to do your push-up from a box or from that chair. So all we're doing here is shortening that range of motion. But again, elbows stay nice and tight, body stays nice and braced throughout the entire movement. Our squat jumps today are that metabolic piece of the workout. So as Andrew goes into these, he's looking to be dynamic and explosive out of the bottom of the squat. So he's gonna reach below parallel in the squat, he's gonna jump up. Not really important how high we're getting, but we're just trying to be explosive and continuous with these so we can keep that heart rate up before going back to those pull-ups. If we're not comfortable doing squat jumps, we can always modify these by just simply using those air squats. Again, as we drive out of the bottom of the hole, be explosive, squeeze those glutes at the top. That way we make sure we're opening up those hips all the way.